Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be going through the list of Embers Adrift roles. We are going to be doing the World Breaker event and open, or I think it is technically closed beta tomorrow morning, August 13th at 8 a.m. Pacific time with Illegitimus Guild. I'm super excited. I've made it a point not to really do any research or look at the gameplay rather. So this is the first time I'm looking at the roles section. I actually checked that I was going to play a role in here that none of our other guild members had chosen. I usually like playing the some of the lesser played classes and just so everyone gets to see each of the roles while we're playing the beta. I found out that if you want to get a key, you do have to pre-order the game, which I think is 50 bucks at embersadrift.com. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, embersadrift.com. So let's go ahead and take a look at the roles. So first we have supporters, which is a type of class. Supporters are combat medics skilled in Warcraft. Heal your allies and help them in combat, or hinder your enemies and destroy them. They are trained to tend their allies and flank their enemies. So it looks like there are debuffers and healers. So at level 6, you'll be able to select from the below support specializations. Duelist. So that's weird. Duelist is a support class. Offensively and defensively balanced, the duelist moves quickly through the battlefield, bleeding out enemies and patching up allies. So it seems like it's kind of like a rogue class, but is also a healer. Interesting. That seems really cool, actually. Sentinel. The most crucial members of the Old Castle Guard, the Sentinel excels at both reinforcing their allies and reducing their enemies' effectiveness. So they're definitely a support class. They are debuffers and buffers. So I'm actually playing one of the tankier buffers and debuffers. It sounds similar to this, but maybe a little bit different. These two are probably a little bit more squishy, while as this support class, Warlord, is a little more tanky. An imposing presence on the battlefield, warlords use their powerful voices alongside their combat skills in battle to both inspire their allies and invoke fear in their enemies. So it seems like another buffer, debuffer. Cool. So let's look at the defenders. Defenders are skilled warriors that fight in heavy armor. They are trained to face their enemies head on and draw attacks towards themselves. So they're taunters, tankers. At level 6, you'll be able to select from the below defender specializations. Juggernaut. The Juggernaut pushes the battle forward, striking down enemies with little regard for their defenses. So he's just a pure DPS, a tanky DPS, it seems like. A Knight, an expert in one-on-one combat. A Knight's oath is to protect others and make them a powerful ally. So this sounds like the standard tank spec. Marshal, which is the class that I'm planning on playing, or the role that I'm planning on playing. Or maybe this is subclass, but it's a specialization. Okay, sorry. So role is the defender and specialization is the individual class. So Marshal, a seasoned tactician and military commander who changes the tide of battle by stopping enemies in their tracks. The Marshal sees every battle as a test of their wits. So what I did like about this before I hadn't looked at all of these, but like I said, I didn't see. I just saw which classes were going to be played by members in our guild, and I decided to pick this one. And I did look specifically this one up before, and it really interests me because it's very vague. It doesn't really say what the class does. It just says by stopping enemies in their tracks. So I think it's probably a debuffer and crowd control is what I would assume. So I'm really excited to try out Marshall. And I'm definitely going to be probably trying one class from each role. So strikers are deadly fighters trained in to inflict as much damage as they can in a variety of ways. You'll often find them flanking their enemies or attacking them from behind. So sounds more like rogue or DPS, even though the first one did sound a lot like a rogue. So Berserker, striking as many foes as quickly as possible. The Berserker is no stranger to the heat of battle. So it sounds like he's AoE, DPS, pretty standard. Brigand, underhand fighting and quick strikes. The Brigand can knock out foes as well as it can dispatch them. So this sounds like a crowd control DPS a little bit. Warden, attuned to the world around them. The resourcefulness of wardens uses nature to attack enemies and aid their allies. So this one sounds maybe a little bit like a buffer DPS, and it sounds like it's more like a nature style DPS. So yeah, that's all of the classes that we have so far, or roles and specializations. Sorry about that. And yeah, I will be streaming the all of our beta time tomorrow on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/theraquan. Please give me a follow over there. and like and subscribe here if you haven't. I will be uploading the videos here to YouTube as well. And once the game releases, whenever that may be, I will be doing a lot of videos and a lot of streaming. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Embersadrift.com if you wanted to pre-purchase a ticket, get a beta key. If not, I'll be streaming over on twitch.tv/TheRayquan tomorrow morning, August 13th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, PST. Cool. I'll see you guys then.